Okay, as I am saying that I will start from question number 8. A piece of glass rubbed with silk. Okay, we got 3.2 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb of negative charge. How many electrons move from silk to glass? So this kind of things we have done in class 8, means silk is rubbed with glass, then one will be negatively charged, another will be positively charged. So when something is negatively charged, means there is excess of electron, and when there is a positively charged, there is a less of electron or deficiency of electron. So we got how much charge? We got 3.2. We got 3.2 into 10 to the power minus 7 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb of charge. So 3.2 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb of negative charge. 1 electron charge is how much? We know 1 electron charge is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. I got this one. So how many electrons has exchanged? So that will be 3.2 into 10 to the power minus 7 whole divided by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. Let's do the division. So point will be gone. So 16 to the 32, 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 plus 19. So 2 into 10 to the power 12 electron has been moved from one to another one. Clear? So next one, a dipole, question number 9, a dipole kept in uniform electric field. Deduce the expression for torque. Show vector form of the torque with diagram. Already I had done in case of first dipole moment started, torque acting on dipole moment, not work done, torque acting on dipole moment, that expression already done in class. Define electric flux density, write SI unit of both. Now, since I had copied the question from test paper, two things given together. Now, electric flux density, that is from electromagnetism chapter, that we had not done. So, right now, it's no need to do. Electric flux, we know electric flux, that is number of electric field lines passing through a surface. Its SI unit is voltmeter. We had done it. You just go through from the PDF note. Achha. Suppose the electric field intensity on the axis of electric dipole is E1 and at the same distance on the perpendicular bisector position, electric field intensity is E2. So it is E1, it is E2. What is the relation between E1 and E2? So for electric field, whatever you are doing in physics, you need to memorize the last expression. Otherwise, this kind of problem you can't do, because one thing you will misplace, is just gone, the number gone. So how much you will revise, practice, this will be memorized very easily, no confusion. So if you are having an electric dipole, this is an electric dipole. So this is one charge, negative, suppose this is positive charge, electric dipole. So here I am keeping my point. Suppose that time electric field is E1 and here I am keeping my point, that time electric field is E2. I know this problem we have done. E1 is always equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 2 of dipole moment by how much? 2 of dipole moment by R cube. Done. And E2 is what? E2 means at the perpendicular bisector position, it will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 P by R cube done. So what is the relation between E1 and E2? That E1 equal to twice of E2. Clear? 2 marks. Just to memorize this one. Clear? 100 times you will practice. You can easily memorize it. Nothing to worry. So next one. Why electric field is conservative? Define electric dipole moment, already done. SI unit of dipole moment, done. So why electric field is conservative. What is conservative force field? Conservative force field is that kind of force field. Work per energy you had done in class, that time you had done conservative force field. Means where the force is or work done is independent of path. Means suppose you had started your journey from here A, you end your journey at B. Next you are starting from here and you ended over here. Means you can come from A to B like this, like this, like this. Means whatever path you are following, that doesn't matter. Only the path, distance or displacement matter. That is called conservative force field. So if this is electric, in an electric field I am moving from E to D. So my displacement is suppose dl. So what is my work done? Integration E dot dl. Work done, force into displacement, integration E dot dl. Here I am moving from A to B. Clear? Now I am coming from B to A. So right now I am coming from B to A. So my integration will be again E dot dl. Clear? This is my total work done. Clear? Now E dot dl from A to B and E dot dl from B to A. This dl is not changing, E is not changing, only limits change. So what I can write that is A dot B, A to B, E dot dl. If I change the limit, here I will have a minus sign. We know integration right now. So if I change the limit, I need a minus sign. So that will be A to B, E dot dl. So what is the total work done? This is positive, this is negative. Means total work done 0. Means what? Total work done 0 means what? Line integral of electric field along a closed path is 0. Means obviously it is a conservative force field. So this proof you need to do to prove that electric field is a conservative. The same thing we had done in work done chapter also to prove that work done for few cases is conservative force field. Clear? Now coming from the next question. That is, show that electric field at the surface of a charged conductor given E equal to sigma by epsilon 0. That proof we had done in class. Again I had given that. That is, we had considered a lamina like this. So this is full of positive charge. So what will be the charge on the surface, not at the center? At center, if it is a surface charge density, means obviously inside the surface there is nothing, no electric field is there. We know that because it's a hollow thing. So outside of the container there will be that. So sigma is my epsilon 0. So that if I go for a cylindrical cross sectional area to this one, so E dot ds will get E equal to sigma by epsilon 0. This kind of proof we had done so many times. Again I had given. If you can't understood, tell me in the comment section. Introduction class, I will make it clear again. Proof given in notes, you just go through. We had done this kind of thing. Acha. Next, the electric field potential V as a function of distance x given. Means what is given? That is V equal to given. V equal to how much given? V equal to given 10x square plus 5x. 10x square plus 5x plus 6. This is given expression of V. Clear? What would be the electric field at x equal to 2 meter? The same thing. Electric field relate with potential difference how? That is E equal to minus dV of dr. Put V here. So minus ddr. Here it is x. So in place of r I will put x. Because here only x coordinate I am considering. So ddx of 10x square plus 5x plus 6. ddx of 10x square plus 5x plus 6. So do the differentiation, minus take common outside. So if I do the differentiation, that is 20x plus 5, this is a constant quantity, 0. Now x equal to 2 meter given, put here. So I am having electric field equal to minus outside 2 into 2, 40 plus 5. So minus 40 minus 5 minus 45. Minus 45 is the value of electric field when x equal to 2 meter. This will be volt per meter. Electric field is volt per meter. Done. Now coming for next question. That is question number 15. What will be, this question is a little bit tricky, so let's go. Remember that. What would be the value of electric flux through a cube due to a point charge Q placed at one of its faces? See, cube related formula is very interesting, very well known formula for the joint entrance board, HS board, CBSE, ICSE. They love this cube formula. So I am showing you how to solve any kind of cube formula. Means suppose charge placed at corner, charge placed at one face. Today I am one face, I am telling you. Others, when we will go for that, we will consider. So what is happening here? There is a cube. Cube means looks like how? Cube means this is a cube, no confusion. Now tell me one thing, a cube has how many faces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So cube has 6 faces. Remember that a cube has 6 faces. Now suppose I am considering the cube. Inside a cube there is a charge. Inside a cube there is a charge. So if I am having a single charge or a charge conductor, what will be the value of electric flux? Electric flux is what? We know electric flux phi always equal to what? Q by epsilon 0. No, Q total by epsilon 0. So the total charge enclosed within the cube by epsilon 0. No confusion. Now if the charge is placed at the center of the cube, means at the mid center the charge is placed. So that time my answer will be, the flux will be Q by epsilon 0. No confusion. Now suppose instead of here I am keeping my charge over here at this surface. So this is my surface. Clear? So when this is my surface, how many faces remain there? Because charge is itself here, so that surface I will not consider for my flux calculation. So how many surfaces remains there? 5. One surface gone, means right now I am having 5 faces only. Done. I am having 5 faces. Now think about that parallel sheet formula. Suppose I am having a sheet of charges, positive charges. So what will be the electric flux can be moved in this direction. Electric flux can be moved in this direction. Anywhere it can move. So if I want to make it a closed things, there I am taking a cylindrical surface. Remember, I am taking a cylindrical surface which can enclose the full parallel sheet. Here, to enclose it, I am containing another cube. Why cube? I am telling. So here I am having a second cube. Means the charge is suppose. So this is my one cube. So here I am having my charge. Here I am having my charge. I am keeping another cube surface here. Clear? So the charge is fully closed. No confusion. Now easily I can apply my Gauss's theorem. So when the charge is fully closed, Previously, the charge flux is Q by epsilon 0. Right now, the flux will be Q by 2 epsilon 0 because the flux has been subdivided, because flux has this side and this side, both the side it having that parallel sheet problem. Remember that sigma by 2 epsilon 0, both the side it is going. So like that, so flux I am having right now Q by twice epsilon 0. Done, no confusion. Now what is the flux through each faces of the cube? Means this is through this flux can be gone, through this flux can be gone, through this, anywhere through flux can be gone. 5 faces I am having. So 1 by 5 of this will be my flux through each faces. So through each faces, how much going? In this direction or same, in this direction or same. So right now 1 by 5 of Q by 2 epsilon 0 is my flux right now. So Q by 10 epsilon 0 is my answer. Done. So that is for if you are keeping your charge at one faces. Clear? The same type of problem another we are having in question number 17. I am going there. See, in question number 17 it is given, suppose a cube contain 8 electric dipole. So question number 17, I am coming in question number 15, but same type of formula, that's why I am telling. So suppose I am having a cube, it having how many surfaces? It having 6 faces. And suppose it having 8 electric dipole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 electric dipole they had given there. So a charge q placed inside cube, where at the center, here at the center it has been placed. So q I am having, and at the center suppose here charge has been placed. So what will be the value of electric flux? Very interesting. See, if you are having dipoles, various dipole you are having. Dipole you are having means positive charge, negative charge. Another bunch of positive charge, another bunch of negative charge. Means total influential charge is 0. So who is the total? Who will influence only? Only the charge which present inside or at the center of the cube. That will influence only. So if in a cube at the center you are having only one influential charge, what will be the flux? How many faces? 6 faces. So flux will be Q by 1/6 of Q by epsilon 0. 1/6 of Q by epsilon 0, that is equal to Q by 6 of epsilon 0. Q formula don't skip. If you can't understood, tell me. Again I will explain you, because this type of things will very much assurance is there. It will come in exam, means test, final. This is very light problem to examiner. Next one. What is Gaussian surface? You know that. What is Gaussian surface? A charge q placed in between the connecting line. Okay, let's rub the board first. So what I am discussing, what is Gaussian surface, that you know, definition you have to give. Next question, that with that a second part is there. A charge q placed in between connecting line of two charge capital Q. For what value of small q, the whole system will be in equilibrium. Means if I show it by a diagram, what is happening here. So you are having two charges. One is Q, capital Q over here. Another capital Q is here. I think no confusion up to that. Now the thing is that in between somewhere another small q is there, connecting line. Clear? So what value of q the system will be in equilibrium? Clear? So if nothing, no information given, so for my discussion what I am considering, all have same charge. So suppose I am considering this q. So if I am considering this q on which two charge acting force, this small q also acting force, this capital Q is also acting force on the same charge. So if I am for the same case, for this q also, this small q also applying force and capital Q is applying force. So if I am doing like that, so therefore force on suppose this one will be equal to force due to q plus force due to the second q. Clear? What is the force due to q? That is q by 4 pi epsilon 0. Suppose this is r, total is r, and this will be what? R by 2. Middle point position I kept. So r by 2 whole square. In between connecting line they said. And for this q it will be q square by 4 pi epsilon 0 full r square. The total distance will be counted. So if I do that, what I am getting, that is I am getting that q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square by 4. Clear? And this it will be not changed, q square by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. Clear? Now see, if I am going for this force, that is at equilibrium. Clear? At equilibrium, what is happening? This force will be balanced by this force, means the force given by this and force given by this will be equal and opposite to each other. That is the equilibrium concept. So if that is true, so what is happening? I can write that this F is equal to 0 means no force actually, means what I am telling you, that is this force, if I am doing that, that is the sum total of these two forces. No confusion. Clear? So if I am considering this one, so it also have the same thing, FQ plus FQ. Clear? Means net force on Q for this charge and this charge will be 0 because they are the same charge. At equilibrium it should happen. Equilibrium means what? At a position where I will be in a minimum energy mode, means no one will attract me, no one will repel me. Means what? On this Q, no force applied, means this F is 0 I can say. So if I am putting it 0, so I will get that QQ by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square by 4, that is equal to minus Q square by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. So if all the things will be cancelled out from both the sides, Q also cancel out. So I will get that Q equal to minus 4QQ equal to minus Q square. So QQ cancel out. So Q equal to minus 4Q. That is the value of this Q. For that will be in equilibrium condition. Now next one, question number 18 I am coming. Show that electric field intensity between two identical closely spaced metallic plate with surface charge density plus sigma and minus sigma is sigma by epsilon 0. That we had done, means two parallel sheets are there, one having plus sigma, another having minus sigma. Clear? What will be the electric field inside and outside? We had done this application of Gauss's theorem. Go there. अच्छा, draw electric lines of force associated with a metallic sphere in a uniform electric field. We had done it. Again, it is also given. It has given in copy. You just go through that. Next one, that is, how does force between two charges changes if there is a dielectric is placed between two instead of air? Means normally if that object is present within the electric air, so what is happening? Coulomb force is what? F equal to Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. This is what? Epsilon 0 is free space permittivity. So instead of epsilon 0, if I am keeping a dielectric, so that epsilon 0 will be changed according to the dielectric medium. So suppose it will be epsilon naught. So rubbing the board. So if it is epsilon naught, so this is suppose F1, when dielectric medium present, so F2 will be equal to Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon r. Clear? No confusion. Now what is dielectric constant? Dielectric constant is that constant when I am comparing the permittivity of a medium with respect to the permittivity of the vacuum. Means K concept, K is the dielectric constant or that is ratio of the permittivity. So that is equal to what? Epsilon is for the medium and epsilon 0 is for what? For vacuum. So what is the relation between epsilon and epsilon 0? That is epsilon is equal to K of epsilon 0. Clear? So F2 in place of epsilon, if I put that value, I will get Q1 Q2 by 4 pi K epsilon 0 r. Clear? So taking K outside, so 1 by K, other things are same, Q1 Q2 same, 4 pi epsilon 0 r same. This is will be r square. Sorry. So same. So here I can write what? F1. So more the value of dielectric constant decreases the value of electric field or electric force. Means if instead of the two charge is keeping instead of air in a dielectric medium, depending on the value of dielectric medium, the electric field force of that two charge will be changes. Clear? So greater K dielectric constant, less the force in between two charges. Done. Now there is a second part of the question. That part is very much, means I like that part actually. So that is what is given there. That is Q charge is divided between two particles. Find the charge of each particle when effective force is maximum. Means I am having two charges. I am having total charge Q. It is divided between two particles. So suppose from Q I have kept something, suppose 2 coulomb, and rest of the charge I am giving to another one. Clear? So what will be the value of charge in each particle? So the force in between them is maximum. Clear? So suppose one part, two charges, suppose Q is a charge. So this is total charge. From that I have taken a small q. So remaining part is q minus small q. So this is one charge, this is another charge. So suppose here I am keeping q. At a distance I am keeping q minus q. Clear? So this is my altogether the system. Clear? So when the force will be maximum, if the distance between the two charges is r, so what will be the force? If the distance between two charges is r, then the distance between the two is, force is F equal to what? F equal to q minus small q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. Clear? Now you have done calculus that is when I am doing for maximum minimum question, I need to do the differentiation with respect to what? Q, because I am going for the value of charge, not the distance. See the question again, question number that is probably question number 20. Find the charge on each particle. If it is given distance, then I will do the differentiation with respect to R. But it is given distance. So I will do the differentiation with respect to the charge Q. Means how much I have taken. So df of dq is equal to ddq of q square minus qq by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. Now for this q, these things are constant. Take outside. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square keeping outside. If I do the differentiation, q square is also constant. So I will do the differentiation of ddq of minus qq. Here this q is a constant. So I will having minus q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. Clear? So this is the value of differentiation. So to find the maximum value, this df by dq should be equal to 0. So put 0 here. If I put 0 here, what I will get? If I put 0 here, wait for a while. If I put 0 here, then this thing will be what? This thing will be totally 0. Means Q, capital Q is 0. But see, this type of problem, this type of wrong thing you can do in exam. So I am telling what? Read question. According to the question, what is given? Find the charge on each particle when effective force is maximum. Means what? Q is my total charge. How much I had taken? I had taken minus Q I had taken. Clear? So when I had taken minus Q, so what is happening when I am taking minus Q? That time minus Q is taken means remaining is Q minus Q. Means what? Here I am having Q. From that minus Q taken. So here what I am having Q. So what we are doing here, Q into Q minus Q, that will not applicable for this case. Again telling why this is not applicable for this case. Because suppose 4 coulomb charge I am having. So remaining Q minus 4 coulomb I have taken. So this is 4 coulomb. So remaining these two's effective force I am calculating. So others thing will be same. Only this part will be changed a little bit. See. So the same aspect just with a little bit. That is F will be equal to small q I am having. Remaining is Q minus Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. Done. So do the differentiation df by dq. I am having, if I do the df by dq, I am having q minus twice of q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. To find the maximum minimum, that should be equal to 0. So these things are constant. This can't be 0. So who is 0? Q minus twice q equal to 0. So what is happening? That is q equal to twice q. Value of small q will be equal to q by 2. Means if you have taken half of the charge what they had given, that time the system will be in equilibrium. Clear? And the question number 21 is very easy. Linear charge density lambda given. The linear charge density of a wire capital L kept along x axis, lambda equal to given a x square total charge. See, whenever I start electric density, we know that if there is a line charge distribution, total charge Q will be equal to lambda dl, integration lambda dl. We know integration lambda dl will be the answer. So it will be integration ax square dx, because here it is x. So integration will be 0 to a. So you go through the PDF. I think it will help you a lot. By this video, we are completing the electric field and potential. From next class onwards, I will start optics. Thank you, class.